Howdy and welcome, guys. So I made a pretty darn expensive mistake on the 240, and let me show you guys what happened.
So we're at the front of the car here. You may notice something's missing. There's no longer a radiator here. It's just non-existent. It's actually right over there, the old Mishimoto radiator.
And that is because we're redoing the cooling system on the car, because what happened was, in the last video, I don't know if you remember, when we drove the car for the first time, at the very end I had mentioned that we were overheating. We were doing a little toasty drive in there. So the coolant gauge was reading about 220 degrees, and on a 2JZ, that is a little too hot. And it's not like 100 degrees outside, it's not summertime, so I figured if it's getting this hot in like kind of cool weather, I can't imagine what it's gonna be like sitting in traffic. So I figured we're gonna redo the cooling system. I got a Chase base tucked radiator, some really powerful fans, and a bunch of other parts to support that. Like, we're doing a new alternator that puts out more amps because the fans need more amps to run, and so we're doing all this stuff. And while I'm taking everything apart, I thought, well, maybe I'll test that the probe for the temperature gauge that's in the car. So I'm taking everything apart and I'm checking it. I came to realize that it was reading 20 degrees over what the actual temperature was. So I was inside with a meat thermometer and a thing of boiling water, and it was reading 20 degrees over. And so the coolant gauge, which is right over here, actually, it's inside, the Pro Sport temperature gauge was reading wrong. And not only that, but at the same time, the boost gauge was reading a little bit off. And at that point, I couldn't trust my other Pro Sport gauges. So I had a oil pressure and an oil temperature sensor in there that I didn't really trust, because if the two gauges that I had, like half of the four gauges I had were reading wrong, the other two were probably reading somewhat wrong as well. So I opted to, I'll take you inside the car real quick, I opted to get some new gauges. So here we are in the car. These are called the Spec Pro Autometer gauges. So they look a little different. You know, I think they look pretty nice. They've got, instead of that silver bezel, they've got a nice black bezel on them. And, you know, they cost an arm and a leg, so I'm hoping they read correctly. These are higher quality than the ones that were in here before, so that is what we're doing in here. And so hopefully that fixed the issue with, you know, the gauges not reading correctly. But the mistake, the $1,200 mistake, as I call it in the title there, is because the Chase base kit and all of the other supporting mods that we have to do to run that kit, that's pretty much what it costs. And it sucks because we never actually had a problem in the first place, and here I am, I just bought all the parts to fix it. I kind of jumped the gun before I really figured out what the issue was. So I say take this as a, you know, learn from my mistakes before you start buying parts to totally redo something because you have an issue. I would say make sure you know what the problem is before you do that. I jumped to conclusions, thought that the cooling system was bad because, you know, everybody says that these cars run hot, so you have to cool them off really well, and I just didn't think the Mishimoto radiator was cutting it, so just thought we'll upgrade that. But in reality, was not a problem, was working just fine. I actually, just so you guys know, that has Flexolite dual slim fans on the Mishimoto radiator, so that has its own shroud, so I thought it was cooling it okay. But the coolant gauge was telling me otherwise, but apparently, you know, we were all good. So we were running at about 200, like 199 to 200 degrees, which is totally normal, totally fine. So anyway, next video that comes out is gonna be a Chase base tucked radiator install with all the supporting mods that I'm doing for it, because we needed better fan relays. And like I said, we did a alternator. I don't know if you can see it, but the alternator is actually on the intake side. It's right down there, and it's not on this exhaust side where it normally sits, because what what I got was a relocation kit, which takes it from the hot side to the cold side, because alternators work a lot better when they're cooler. So it takes the place of where the AC compressor used to go, and we're not running AC, so I figured that was probably a good move. So anyway, there's going to be a video out on that. Just wanted to update you guys with what's going on. There's probably going to be some other videos out in the meantime that aren't me working on the 240SX, but you know, I think I'm doing like an engine build video and something else. So, you know, keep an eye out. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you learned a thing or two, and I'll catch you right in the next one.